Hey there everybody, I'm Mark Crowley. I'm back with another How to Draw video. Just quickly want to say for those of you who watched my last video, this is not the big ambitious video that I had been talking about. That one's taking a little longer than I thought, but rather than keep you all waiting, I thought I'd do another quick video today. And we'll finish that other video soon. This is a sort of sequel, or another in an ongoing series on how to draw clothes. Let me begin by just putting in some rough lines to indicate where things are going to go. I've drawn the head and just a little bit of the hand down here to get my stuff out of the way that has nothing to do with clothes, and that will free me up to spend the rest of this video focusing on what she's wearing. I've decided to have her wearing a kind of a jacket that's open around her neck, and she's also going to be wearing a scarf on the inside here. You'll see as I get to this stuff and go along. But let me try to talk a little bit about drawing clothes and where the wrinkles go and things like that. I think one thing that we can focus on initially maybe is on this arm here. And let me just draw this line in here first to begin with. This sleeve here, you're going to find wrinkles in three basic spots. And down here what I've done is taken the cuff and had it sort of folded back. And so let me just sort of finish doing that, and then I can talk a little bit about wrinkles, because I think when people want me to do a video on clothes, the main thing that they are having trouble with is drawing the wrinkles and figuring out where they go. So let's have a look at this one sleeve here, and I'll show you where I end up putting the wrinkles, basically in three different spots. A little bit near the top, quite a bit near the middle, near the elbow, and then just a touch down here as well. All of this comes from observation of real clothing and where wrinkles tend to occur in real clothing. You can get some ideas by doing studies, which I often say, or looking at reference. For something like this, this is almost like a fashion model pose, so you could just look in fashion magazines or something to do drawings. Wrinkles end up. I think over time you end up with a sense of where they go. There tend to be at least a few wrinkles near the top where the sleeve meets the shoulder, and so I'm going to put like one over here where the cloth is just sort of bunching up a little, and maybe one more just to indicate that spot. And then as I get into this area here, it may be helpful if I zoom in. So let me go ahead and stop and zoom in to work on that one particular spot. Alright, so we've zoomed in here, and I have a feeling that the wrinkles in this particular pose would sort of be moving in this direction across the arm. So watch how I do this. I'm going to start with a line up here that does not go all the way across. It sort of starts in the middle and comes across here. That's beginning to indicate one wrinkle coming across the cloth. I'm going to make another line just tucking in here a little bit, sort of creating a second wrinkle. And look at this line. It's sort of like a hook. Watch what happens here, and it kind of starts down here and hooks back. This kind of line, maybe just a sort of a sharp hook back, this kind of line can be useful in drawing wrinkles. Just placed in the right spot at the right point. I'm going to add one more line down here. It really can convey the feeling of a wrinkle, and there's the sense that maybe this line is connecting with this line, but you leave a blank gap in there, and that helps create a kind of a graceful cloth-like look. Let me pull back again, and we'll see how this is working as part of the larger picture. All right, so you can see the effect that was created here by adding those lines the way I did. Without zooming in, I'm just going to add a couple more lines down here. I try to watch myself. I know some people are saying, you know, because now that I'm a partner with YouTube, it's possible for me to make half-hour videos if I wanted to, and I have heard one or two people saying, you know, geez, these videos are too long. So I want to watch it with describing each and every line that I make. Maybe just pick and choose a few of them that that can be sort of symbolic of all the different lines that I'm making throughout the drawing. So I'm just finishing up. She's wearing a kind of light sweater underneath this jacket, and so that's coming down here all the way around her wrist. You'll see this a lot, I think, in manga drawings. There's something sort of attractive about a long sweater or shirt that comes all the way down past the wrist, almost down to the base of the thumb, for female and sometimes male characters will have that kind of a look. So you can sort of experiment with that. Let me get back into drawing some rough lines, just to make sure that I know where I'm going with this, which would be helpful. This is one of these short jackets that where the sleeve is considerably longer than the base of the jacket itself. Again, there's going to be a sort of a fashion model feeling about this pose, and if you don't like this kind of thing, then maybe this is not the video for you. But what I want to do is do sort of a female character pose for this one, and then do a male character pose for the next video. Maybe switch back and forth. I think drawing clothes is the kind of thing where I just need a whole series of videos. I'm just going to indicate a scarf here that's coming up, almost passing in front of her face a little bit. See if I can just sort of block in some lines of where that's going to go. I've said this before in videos that I have a sort of a conflict here with the way my rough lines are drawn and the degree to which they show up on video. The truth is, when you draw rough lines like this, you don't tend to draw them very dark, and but if I do it the way I really would normally, then I end up with lines that no one can see. So I'm trying to do rough lines that are quite a bit darker than what I would normally do. Let's go ahead and indicate her jeans down here, and this is, in a minute, I'm going to come down here and really zoom in and talk a bit about all of the wrinkles that occur around the hips at the base of the blue jeans, excuse me, in a pose like this, when someone's sitting down, which is what she's doing. And there's going to be a whole bunch of wrinkles down there that we can learn something from. Her jacket is open, and it's kind of coming out on this side. Hope that line is showing up. Maybe I should zoom in a little more, just to make sure that this is showing up to some degree. All right, so I've zoomed in here to sort of the jeans, blue jeans area, and I'm going to continue doing just a little more rough lines before going into final lines in this area. The blue jeans, and even when someone is standing up, you tend to get a lot of wrinkles right around the waist here. And so this is a good place to maybe focus on this and talk about where the lines go. One thing, well, let me just go ahead and get this jacket line, whoops, delineated, and that'll separate this out. One thing you can begin doing with a pose like this is indicating where the sort of waist of the jeans comes in, just sort of like a band going across. And right here, I'm going to put in the pocket, an indication of the pocket. And one thing that you can do to help indicate the pocket is have some sort of lines coming out from inside the pocket, and then on the other side of this line where the pocket is, these wrinkles are coming in a different spot, and that helps to show that these are two different pieces of cloth. Over here, I'll just put in a sort of a button. And as you come down here with the zipper, these two lines that are on either side of the zipper can work together moving back and forth to suggest that area. So I've got the two lines here, and then I move them in, and then I move them in one more time. And that's a little trick for suggesting that area and the way these things are sort of wrinkling up and over, up and over. Coming down here, I notice I rarely ever have a line go all the way across. Generally, I'm allowing lines to stop in the middle of white space. Like right here, I'll have another one, say, come out here, like that. And I may hook this one around. Remember in the other one around the elbow, we had it hook back. That kind of thing can help to suggest wrinkles, especially in an area, sort of tight area here where the lines are really bunching up. Now, on my other video on how to draw clothes, I did too far and drawing too many wrinkles, and that really is a danger. So you're going to see me with this video being careful not to go too far, and I do believe that it's time to stop with bunching up the wrinkles in this area. But one last thing you can do with jeans is put this sort of hem over here, a sort of line going across the thigh, and again, not to overdo it, but maybe 2 or 3 little lines coming off here can help suggest wrinkles coming off of that hem and help to give a feeling of the form of the thigh, of the leg. Let me pull back and work on other sections of the drawing, maybe this time talking a little less about what I'm doing so as to keep the length of this video under control. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put in this collar here, kind of a roughly triangular shape. Notice how I like to sometimes add a second line that indicates stitching or something like that. All of these things are little tricks for conveying the cloth and the direction it's heading in, and just making these lines appear to be more than just lines, but sheets of cloth folding over. Whoops. People do tell me that they've tried buying these black Prismacolors, and they're like, they keep snapping and breaking. Yes, tell me about it. I want to do a video in a way that emphasizes that it's not so much the materials you choose. I think sometimes people get a little fixated on, oh, I gotta go buy these certain art materials. Kind of like it all has to do with what you buy. And there, you know, to a certain extent, if you're using materials that you feel like you're fighting against, that can be true, but so much of it has so much more to do with your eyes and the degree to which you've practiced than it does with some sort of magical type of drawing material. So I'm indicating the buttons. Notice how I've created this effect of the cloth folding over here. Again, this is the kind of thing you learn by looking at reference. And the buttons, by following along there and kind of looping back, it all can help to convey a sense of three-dimensionality. Without talking about it too much, I am going to quickly indicate this scarf area, giving this kind of a slightly winter-like feel. A scarf can be a lot of fun in a drawing because you have this chance to add a pattern to it. I guess that's true of anything, but I think especially with scarves, it's adding in, like I'm just putting a series of X's here with a line holding them together. Some loose little, very simple thing like this. I mean, you know, come on, anyone can draw X's. Something like this can be surprisingly effective in conveying this sense of a pattern. I've got the pattern right here, and I'm drawing the scarf behind it. I'm going to make sure that the pattern doesn't match too neatly up, connecting with the pattern on the other end of it, because that sort of will fight against the idea of this passing in front of it. So that's something you can keep in mind when you've got a patterned piece of cloth that's one folding on top of the other. Make sure the pattern doesn't meet too neatly or sort of cross across the two different pieces of cloth, it defeats the three-dimensionality and it becomes confusing. I'm adding just a little bit of a lacy fringe here at the bottom of her sweater that she's got underneath here. And just to add a little more detail, it's all about little extra details sometimes. I'm going to add the button holes over on this side of the jean jacket. And again, I'm pretty much done at this point. I think to speed things along in time-lapse, I'm going to add just a little bit of shading and then come back to talk about the drawing in general. Alright, well there you have it, the finished drawing. I hope you found this video useful, and if you were hoping to find one for drawing men's clothes, just keep your eyes out for that in the weeks ahead. Thanks so much for watching these videos, for subscribing, for all your messages and support. A special thanks to anyone who has got my manga series, Miki Falls. I've been hearing from more and more people who've gone out to get it or had it special ordered from their local store or got it off Amazon. I heard a message from someone in Norway the other day who had gone to their local store to have it special ordered, and the guy working at the store said, in Norwegian presumably, "Oh yes, we've been getting a lot of interest in that series lately," and I was just amazed. Wow, people in Norway asking about my series. So let's just dedicate this video to my good friends in Norway. Hats off to all of you. I do appreciate your support. So let's go ahead and end this video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope it was useful for you, and I will be back with another one real soon.